All right, everybody, we are back. We're right back here. Sorry for the hiccup there. Just a little bit of a mess up right there on the computer. As everyone knows, down here in Florida, we've had some extremely hot weather, and it's really been putting a toll on the PC for Camaro here. So I will be upgraded. We will be picking up a new PC tomorrow, believe it or not. So hopefully that'll get us, make things a little bit better. Maybe help things run a little bit more smoothly here, especially with all the new overlays and everything being added on. But nonetheless, guys, we have these players in the lobby ready to go. Everything else is set and locked in. So we're going to go ahead and give them the okay so we can get this one started. It'll be an interesting one breaking to see these two teams go at it again. We know we got two top tier players in Tamil and Oki going at it. But the biggest red flag here for Midland right now is just honestly they're running a sub up. They got their FO Greninja, who is obviously an RLM veteran, a guy who's very comfortable with RLM. He's played in a lot of big games, but he's a Div 4 player out here going up against a Columbus team that's poised to have a lot of success this season.
Yeah, absolutely. And that guy right there, Okino, starting out strong within the first 10 seconds of this game, getting it past the MVP candidate, Temel. Gonna put that one in early.
Yeah, I mean, right there, if you give that guy Oki space, he's gonna ball out. He's done it in multiple divisions. He's done it throughout multiple seasons. The guy's just had so much success so far here in RLM. His new running mate, CJ Fire, he's got to be a big guy. I'm looking to step up here. He's trying to put some immediate pressure on now, but he gets taken away there by Midnight. Midnight trying to make something happen here, but Oki just gonna take it away. When you got one particular player like this guy Oki out here breaking, what's the strategy to try to shut someone down like this?
You know, I would say challenge early. Make sure he doesn't have a lot of time on that ball. And just kind of try to work at getting the ball around these higher level players. And I think that's going to be a big key to success for this Midland team, because they don't want to be head and head, right? You don't want to leave Greninja in a 1v1, situation where, he's playing up against a higher ranked player in that kind of situation. So you don't want that to happen.
Yeah, I mean, Greninja's always been good in embracing that third man role, so hopefully he can step up and just give Tamil and Midnight some space, give him opportunities to work, as there's Midnight right there, getting it down to Tamil, and Tamil is going to get things started right for Midland. You got to wonder if they're ever going to get their offense going, but early, we still got a lot of Rocket League to play, and they've already scored.
Wow, great bump by Midnight. After he gets the pass, goes for the bump, and just gets a nice open look for Temel.
And that's the recipe for success. Get Temel open shots early, and things should go well. This is going to be a nice bump or bounce here for Rye Guy. Here comes Oki. Oki is a little off. Still pressure's on. Now Temel on the challenge here. Can't get through the defense. Now Oki is going to take it over the right side, going one-on-one here with Greninja. This is where things can get tough. Looking to come off the ceiling. He's got a chance. That's the shot. Big save, though, coming out there from Midnight. Now you can see this one pushing back here. Both Temel and Midnight in awkward spots. This is a dangerous position to be in. Oki has the double lined up. He can't finish it, though. That one's gotta hurt breaking.
It's gotta hurt, especially when you have that open look there. And now Midnight almost has the shot on net. Had a little bit of an open look. Now Greninja has a shot on net. This goal line defense cannot happen here for Columbus. Columbus cannot play this from their own goal line. Otherwise, they're just going to give Temel and Midnight just an opportunity to create another passing play like they did earlier and get something going on the offensive end. Right now, they're playing a lot of defense, but they're transitioning decently well.
Here we go. Oki, awkward. Definitely not the best of touches, but Gavin's there to help him out. But just like that, Temel puts it right back down. Midnight there, trying to put some pressure on CJ. Can't get through those. Now they're going to leave here. Greninja a little bit late. Ball's going to bounce. Sitting at midfield. Right guy shut up. Shut down there. Right at midfield. CJ looking to turn back on this ball. He's going to play it to the left side. Right Gav ready to go. Now Temel's going to take it away from two. Oki's got to make a strong push here. That's a dangerous 50. Greninja's in the area. Can he tap it in? He does. But it's not going to be enough as Oki picks up an easy clear out. Midnight tapping it right back down to the corner. Pre-jumping here is Greninja. That's definitely dangerous. Going to put him in a tough spot. Columbus putting on a lot of pressure, but so far, even with the sub up breaking, Midland's looking pretty good right now. And they're actually going to take the lead here off a Midnight shot from midfield.
And just as you say it, Midland is looking good. Midnight is playing a good role as that transition shooter slash passer. And that's really what Temel needed. Temel just needed somebody to just get the ball rolling, get something going, and open up the space so that he can make a shot. I mean, Temmel is a shooter at the end of the day, and he can play both ends, but you don't want to see him stuck on defense, and Greninja is just going to go right over his head.
Yeah, I mean, you can't give one up like that. You finally got some momentum. Midnight, just a late challenge, and then Greninja's just not ready for something like that. I mean, you're looking at it right now, though, breaking. I don't love the positioning I'm seeing from Columbus. When we look at this at the end, they may look like they have all that field domination, but all three of their players seem to be pushed up the whole time. And if they don't be careful, it's going to catch them in some sticky situations, especially with a guy like Temmel on the other side of the field.
Yeah, well, absolutely. It feels like either all three of them are up or all three of them are back, and it's not what you want to do, especially because you just leave so much open field for the other team to just make something happen. And you don't get many contests at the midfield either, so it's just giving this man Temmel all the time he needs in order to create a play. And then also Midnight gives him time too.
Midnight's definitely been impressive so far, as there's the man Temmel looking to do what he can. He's got some players waiting to him, but Oki looking for the demo, can't find it. Definitely rushed to play a little bit, though. Greninja looking to stay aggressive. CJ can't find it. Rise there over the top of Midnight. Temmel playing in the corner, trying to find his teammate. Midnight's up a little bit too far. He's going to come off the wall. Big opportunity here for Columbus, but Greninja is ready to step up. Even takes it away from Oki. Is now Rai putting it back into the corner. Awkward spot. Midnight looking for the clear outs. Oki's going to shut that down, though, quickly. 30 seconds remaining. Here's now Tamil with a chance. Looking to put one on target. He's got a double lined up, but CJ's not going to let that happen. Here comes Greninja. Good little fake there, setting up Midnight. Midnight's going to put right back into the box. Temmel staying aggressive. CJ's going to pop it right back up. You got to love it right now. Midland seems confident out here with Greninja. Still playing their game, even with a Div 4 player out here breaking.
Yeah, and the fact that it's this close with Greninja just makes me even more confident about this Midland team once they get their starting lineup in effect.
Oh, here we go. 3 seconds. CJ going to put over here. Got to wonder if Oki is ready. Good little kick out, but that should kill it. We are heading to overtime here in game number 1. If you're just tuning in, oh, Tamil, big missed kickoff opportunity there. But if you're just tuning in, we got Tamil out here with Midland running a sub up here with the FO and still holding their own. They've been looking pretty good so far here, breaking.
Yeah, they're looking really good. And the fact that they've made it this close, and Greninja is able to play up to somewhat of a Div 3 level, it's helping. Greninja has not made that many mistakes. He had the one where the ball flew in, but... Oh, just as I say that.
Casters cursed him, and it's no one else other than Oki being the one to step up. Greninja's dangerous touch. He's got to get that next one there if he's going to play that aggressive. You love the aggressiveness, but you can't make risky touches like that breaking in this tight of a game.
Yeah, you absolutely can, especially when, you know, maybe you got the confidence, but if that's not a shot you normally hit, just don't even go for it. Just tap it up, let the ball roll down, and play the 50, because if you don't get the next touch, you're just passing it to that man Oki, and he's just going to score every time.
Yeah, and Oki he's a very aggressive offensive player. And you got to love the pairings he's gone for, because it looks like a little bit more defensive-minding individuals. You do see CJ coming out with almost a double savior there breaking. So they definitely say they're locking up the net. And Oki is now feeling so confident. Dude's got 6 shots after game 1. I wouldn't be surprised if this dude averages 4 to 5 shots this season, as he's really positioned himself to be a dominant striker on this Columbus Flight team.
Yeah, absolutely. The volume coming out of Oki early on, I mean, it's really what this Columbus team needs. And, you know, another thing they need is they need to do a little bit more spacing. This game was a very close game based on how many shots that Columbus team had. And, you know, moving forward, they're going to get harder competition, and they got to space themselves a little bit better. And it seems like they're doing that in game number 2.
Back to midfield we go. CJ keeping the pressure on. All 3 are up here. Full half-field rotations. Now, Rygav trying to do what he can. He's not able to find that touch. Ball's going to pop up here. Good little breakaway coming from Oki. Oki with a chance. It's a dangerous center. Can he get there? Not going to be able to. Is now CJ in the corner looking to make a play on the ball. That's a dangerous position to be in, but Greninja not able to make him pay for that. Is now Tamil kicking one back out left side. Midnight's going to pop. Good tempo there from Oki to break up the play, as now Midnight's going to take this one away. He's got a chance. Rye Guy, though, going to shut down Greninja's shot opportunities. Now Oki looking to move forward. Midnight takes it away. Seems like both sides, man, they're not really doing a great job here in Game 2, really controlling a possession. They're kind of just making any touch they desperately can.
Yeah, a little bit of bang ball, and, you know, the first team that kind of just control that is going to benefit greatly. And Greninja's going to follow this one up. Let's see if he can get a 50. Can't. That one, another bang ball straight at Temel, who's going to control it. And this is dangerous. I think this favors Midland more than it does Columbus, because Temel will always grab that ball and take it. But that is what Midland needs to watch out. They need to watch out for the bangs down net.
Oh, CJ! Are you kidding me? What a shot indeed. Just sitting up there like a little spider on the wall, waiting patiently. He's just going to bury a nasty angle. That's impressive, even for Div 3.
Yeah, that's an impressive shot. Just staying in the play, trying to make something happen. That's a great shot by CJ. And that's what I was talking about earlier is, you know, if they bang it right to or right to Greninja on third man and put him in an awkward spot, it's not going to be good for Midland. So I think in this case, I would like to see Temel third man more than I would like to see Greninja.
Ooh, Rye gets taken away right now. Ball goes right back off the side. Chance here, but Temel's going to take it away. Good little kick out. Can Midland make them pay? They can. Good little team play coming out from Temel and Midnight. Way to work together to secure that goal.
Yeah, the Temel Midnight duo has coming into full effect right now. And that was a great little passing play. Three-man, Temel back to Midnight, back to Temel.
Yeah, now it's got to be pretty impressive right now, breaking what Midland actually is doing. It's got to make you excited for them throughout the rest of the season. If they're doing this with Greninja, imagine what they're doing with the full roster.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you're playing with a sub-up Div 4 player, and it's competitive. It's very competitive. And, you know, they have a chance to win this. I really do believe that this Midland team can win with Greninja. They just have to do stuff like that and catch this Columbus team lacking on the defensive end.
Midnight has been so impressive here tonight on Saturday. I mean, you gotta wonder if him and Temel knew each other heading into this season too, and they knew they wanted to run together, because their chemistry is just impeccable right now. Even with what they're running with at this moment, their chemistry is just better than anything we're seeing on the other side of the field.
Oh, absolutely. The chemistry here has been absolutely phenomenal between Midnight and Temel, and this is what Temel needed. Temel needed a running mate that he could play off of, and he's got it. He's got it right now.
Oh, good kick out there by Greninja. He's got it. Chance, it's
score.
open! Greninja's gonna do it! Secures it in the Porsche!
Bang, Greninja, the Div 4 player, getting his first goal of this series, past multiple defenders over CJ Fire, and he's gonna get the third goal for Midland, giving him a 3-1 lead, Camaro.
Just genuinely impressive what Greninja's been able to do. Seems like his confidence is getting up the more and more we get deeper into this series. Oh, huge save there from Temel, as now we're looking at a chance for Midland to tie this series up. They got a 2-goal lead with 2 minutes remaining. A lot of time left for Columbus to come back. It's got to be on the back of that guy Oki. He doesn't have as many shots this game as he did in game 1. And we talked about it during the little intermission. Really, realistically, Oki getting a lot of shots is recipe for success for these guys. If he is playing passive, they're going to lose.
Yeah, absolutely. He cannot be stuck on third man. I mean, but this is part to the fact that Midland's doing a good job at contesting at the midfield, and the second man of Columbus is just not there fast enough. And that's the big problem that I'm seeing with this Columbus team, is Midland just beating him to the ball.
Oh, good kick out. Here's a chance, but all three are up right now for Columbus. I don't know if it's confidence or what, but CJ does get back just in time, but now he has no boost. That's an awkward touch. Midland not able to make him pay for it, though. He does get right back into the play, looking for the second touch. Can't through to Mill. Rye Guy desperately just has to keep it down. Is now Oki. He only has one shot here in game 2 after this great 6-shot performance in game 1. CJ just going to reset here, looking to take his time. Temel looking to make him pay for the touch. Nobody's there to follow up the pass. Is now Midnight looking to float one. Here comes Tamil getting aggressive. Double commit from Columbus. This is on target. Greninja's got to get there. He's got to get up. He's not going to be able to find the touch. And somehow, some way, the pitch for the back of the net goes in.
Absolutely. And I got to think, if the starting lineup is here, would Columbus even have a chance against this Midland team? I mean, it seems like a majority of these goals coming out of Columbus is banging the ball at net, and Greninja kind of just being in an awkward spot playing air shadow defense, and he's just not used to seeing these kinds of look in Div 4.
Yeah, 100%. It's definitely, it is, like I said earlier, it's very exciting to wonder what Midland is going to be, especially if they can win here. I would imagine it would move their power ranking up even more. I mean, they're sitting at what, I think they're 9 right now, 10? No, they're 10. They're 10 at the moment, and they're looking this good with their Div 4 FO leader. So I would imagine they go quite a bit if they find a way to win this game. 10 seconds remaining, though. CJ trying to do what he can. He's got a goal already, shooting 25% though on the Knights. Not a great recipe. There's a chance. Open up for Oki. He misses it. Huge missed opportunity from Oki.
And Midnight is looking to get another one.
Oh, he got it. Oh my gosh, that's a soul snatcher right there. That one has got to hurt Columbus.
That's a dagger for sure. And that game number 2. And man, oh man, is Midland taking it to him, taking it to this Columbus team. And if I'm Columbus, I'm a little bit worried because 2 Div 3 players and a Div 4 players, I mean, took it to us. I mean, we got to go back to a little bit to the drawing board and figure out this whole defense thing. I mean, that seems to be the big issue for this Columbus team. And then try to work a little bit better as a team on offense. I mean, where are the passing plays that we saw earlier on? I mean, they disappeared in the second half.
Yeah, I definitely think there was more individual play in this second game for Columbus. They were just all trying to take as many shots as possible. And everyone else tried to get a little bit involved, which is a good thing. But we really want to see Oki, man. I mean, Oki's got to be the guy. Now, yes, granted, he did miss the wide open net to send us to OT, which that does hurt. But that's not a characteristic you see very often from Oki. So it's got to be back on his back. He's got to be the one getting opportunities. He had a couple highlight shots there in game 1. Game 2, absolutely nothing to show for it. Just get this man back involved, and I think they'll be okay. They got to put pressure on Greninja, though. He keeps playing up, and he's comfortable. And right there, Tamil misses. Now Greninja's the only one in net, and 2 guys in his face applying pressure. That's going to be the recipe for success almost every single time.
Yo, absolutely. Just as you say that, they put it high for Temel to try and get. He's rushing back, can't get the touch, and then you got Greninja there, but he's in a tough spot, sideways, and it's just going to be a recipe for success. And this is how Columbus has to play. High offense, and Oki comes out of nowhere for the pass, and this is what we need to see out of this Columbus team.
Yeah, just aggressive, just being more confident here, and that's why so breaking. Tamil is in position to play defense, and it just kind of shows how great he must have played in game 2, because if he makes any mistake, Columbus is scoring. I mean, he is already the backbone of Midland, but he has to play even extra well with the situation that they're in right now, because just like that, within 20 seconds, we have 3 goals coming out here, and again, they're putting Greninja on an island. They can't keep doing this.
Absolutely. They cannot have Greninja last back as that third man. They have to make these touches and understand that you have a Div 4 player. Put him in the mix, but don't put him in these tough spots. Put him in spots where he can make a 50 just like that. You know, throw him at the ball. Throw him at the defense. That's a good touch by Temel, but Temel is got to connect with the ball here. The more mistakes Temel and Midnight make, the more it's going to be on that man Greninja, and he's just not used to being put in those spots. And it's really tough spots for a lot of players. I mean, there was a couple spots where, you know, it was coming down straight at him and he's in the net. You know, you never really want to leave your last back in tough positions. You try to make it as easy as you can for your teammates. And unfortunately, in this game, Midland is making it really tough for their third man.
Only positive is there's still a lot of Rocket League to be played here in Game 3. We got 4 minutes. There's plenty of time for players at the caliber of Midnight and Tamil to make a comeback here. They just got to get their confidence back underneath them. And you see Tamil looking to push here. He's low on boost, though. It's heavy favor for Ride, but still got a chance down here. Now CJ going to kick one back downfield with a chance to reset. He gets the flip reset, but is not able to put it on target. Midnight now looking to do what he can. He's got an open net if he can just get around it, but he just can't secure. These are the opportunities that just got to go in right now, breaking when you got Midland already in a tough spot and down bad here in game 2 or game 3.
Absolutely, they have to make these shots. I mean, they have time. I mean, they are definitely not out of this. Midland is capable of getting 3 goals within this time frame, but it starts with one, and they gotta just make one first, and then they can focus on making a second one and then a third one. But they have to make something here.
There's a good little kick out here. Opportunity for Midland. Gets it over to Temo. Midnight going for the bump play. Not a bad attempt, but it's not going to work out. As now Oki has some space. Now looking to push. He's trying to get around. He does get demoed here. As now Midnight goes up early to stop Rye. Here comes CJ. Now just going to float to the top of Tamil. Greninja's got to kick this, and he's just not able to find that touch. And just like that, Columbus again able to capitalize on a missed touch.
Yeah, another missed touch by Temel, and he's got to either wait back or hit it. I mean, one or the other. But this is now a mountain for Temel in the Midland Manticores to climb here in game number 3, and it's going to be tough. I mean, it's going to be really tough for them.
Oh, here we go. Midnight trying to beat Oki there. Can't find it. You got to wonder right now, breaking, is after that game 2 performance, as if Columbus just kind of figured out this Midland roster that we're looking at right now. They kind of figure out what they can and can't get away with, because this is not looking anything like the first 2 games.
Yeah, I think they realize it. If they realize that if they could just shut down Tamo just a little bit, this Midlands Manticore team is gonna fall apart, and it did. It absolutely did. And I mean, I don't want to say that's the dagger, but it really looked like the dagger for game 3.
Yeah, this one's definitely all but in the books. We got 2.5 minutes left. The only thing I'm doing right now is, if I'm Midlands, I'm just making adjustments here for the remainder of this series. You know, they got to win 2 straight after this one. They got the talent to do so. They got the players. Just got to figure out, what did they do differently in game 2? What was happening? Because again, it is just an onslaught.
They're just not contesting Columbus, and that's what I said they did better earlier on, is they contested this Columbus team at the midfield, but now Columbus is having a field day. All 3 of their players are in that net, Camaro. All of them.
Yeah, I mean, they are just playing so aggressive right now. Midland's just got to remember that they were able to make them pay in game 2 when they were doing that. They just got to get back to it. Like you said, challenge, get aggressive, get the confidence back. Midnight is not looking like the same player. I don't know if maybe it's just they're just only focusing on Midnight and Tamil. They're not really too worried about Greninja. They're letting Greninja get put in these opportunities because they're hoping for a miss. They're hoping for a bad touch. You know, I think earlier we were watching them expect Greninja to make touches, and now they're like, hey, Greninja's not going to make that touch. We're going to be here because there's not going to be a great touch coming out anyways.
Yeah, and Temel's having a rough game this time, and the high score, sick come out of Columbus, has got to make it even more tough. And like you said, if I'm Midland, I'm just trying to come back, get at least 1 or 2 goals on the board here, and Temel just gets demoed. I mean, he cannot be a player who's out of the play at any time. And yet again, Temel is in a space like he was earlier on, where he's really the main backbone of this team, and 7 is going to be good for this Columbus team. And the goal differential is got to be rough here.
I mean, is there a chance for Brazil to come out? I mean, we haven't seen Brazil in a very long time, but if Midland could put one up, it would happen. But it's definitely a bloodbath right now, breaking. It's tough to watch. You know, you kind of just want to see him get out of it. I don't know, Midland's maybe just mental is just kind of like chalked right now. They're just kind of done. They're like, all right, this game's completely over. Can we just move on? And Columbus is just having fun with it. They are definitely trying to run up the score. There is no sportsmanship at all right now. They're just trying to give it to Midland as much as they possibly can.
Yeah, absolutely. And they definitely are. I mean, they have turned up the heat with these 7 goals that have been put in the Midland net. And they're just going crazy right now. Flip resets, the passing plays, all 3 players in net. I mean, they have no fear against this Midland team. They're not even worried.
Yeah, 100%. You just see Greninja trying to get active here, trying to put some pressure on, but Oki just going to take it across his net like nothing. Now up with 15 seconds left. CJ trying to find a touch. Tamil's going to be first one there. Midnight with a chance to catch here. Just trying to bump out of the way. Greninja had a shot opportunity. Right guy had that net pretty much covered. CJ playing bully ball, even up by 7. Going through players. Right guy, Gab, looking for another.
No.
And he almost gets it. The fact that Columbus up 7 is desperately trying to get their 8th goal is just mind-blowing to me.
Absolutely mind-blowing. And I mean, if they wanted to pull away against this Midland team, this is what they needed to do, is just absolutely pile it on. And now all the pressure is on this Midland team to make it happen. I mean, at this point, Columbus has figured out what they need to do, and they're doing it. They know now that as long as they just don't leave somebody back to bang that ball into their net, they're going to be fine. And then after that, just smother Midland, smother Temmel, and don't even let them get going. And just like that, they're going to score 7 goals, Camaro.
Yeah, I mean, that just doesn't happen very often. But you see Oki, he had 4 shots. CJ was locked in. I mean, that is just dominating. I mean, we can look at the stats all we want, but I mean, it was just a dominating performance from Columbus. It's time to just move on. You got to continue to do it. You got to wonder what Midland's going to do. I think we're about to see how strong their mental actually is. This is a huge opportunity for them to really showcase that, because losing by 7 is just not easy, and it could have really been 8. And now to try to bounce back and win 1 and then have to win another would be extremely impressive if they find a way to do it.
Yeah, and if you notice, the field domination there was pretty split down the middle. It just, Midland wasn't able to do anything when they had that field domination. And now we're seeing a couple demos. We're seeing the passing plays as Midland's coming out strong. But
100%.
the key is they cannot let this Columbus team get going.
They got to wake up, man. They got to wake up and just play better. They know that they can win. They know they have the ability to do it. So just play confident. Lock in. As you do see Tamil and Midnight getting things going right early. Tamil trying to dunk one home. Now here comes Greninja. That's a good 50 here, causing the double commit. Now it's Rye one-on-one with Midnight. Midnight just trying to secure it. Here comes Oki trying to shut that down quickly. Trying to get back in control here. Looking to get a demo on Tamil. Couldn't find it. Rye now looking to push. Putting it over to the left side. He's got a player sitting center. Trying to find CJ, but cannot get there. Now Oki does get broken up here. Midnight with a chance. Not able to find the shot. Just going to bounce, and this should reset. Greninja's trying to do what he can, but this is a little bit too high. Dangerous attempt. Is now Midnight's going to take it right across the middle of the net. Tamil with an opportunity. CJ shutting it down. So far, it's looking a little bit more evenly matched here in Game 4. Both teams, or especially Midlands, made a lot of adjustments.
Yeah, a ton of adjustments. They know now that they cannot leave Greninja back as the last defender. And they're doing a good job at getting it out of their half and then transitioning to offense. And Midnight just there for the follow. And this is what they did earlier on. They contested this Columbus team at the midfield, and they're getting good demos. And this is how this Midland team has to play if they're gonna win 2 in a row.
Oh, there's a chance. Tamil just taking a little bit too fast right there. Huge opportunity misses. Now CJ going to kick it back down to the right side. Good break up there by Greninja. Way to be in the right spot. As now up goes Tamil. Tamil going to put it right over to the right side. Kick out there by CJ. Midnight with an opportunity. He has not scored in quite some time. I'd like to see him get going very soon. He's got a couple shots here early. Ball's going to bounce. Tamil trailing. He's got Oki mind gaming here. Can Tamil win out? He can't. Oki's in control. Now Greninja can't find that touch. Huge second touch from Oki, but just doesn't develop it in time as Tamil does get back. I've noticed early Greninja is playing very far back here, it seems like, in this game, giving Midnight and Tamil a lot more opportunities to play up.
Yeah, absolutely. The only worry I have is if a big bang comes through and one of those other 2 players isn't back. I just don't know. I don't know if that's the key, but so far they're doing a good job at giving Greninja support as the last back. But just as I say that, Greninja stuck in net, and Oki's gonna score.
Yeah, I mean, and it's like you said earlier, it's about challenging. I mean, they were challenging early, they were doing well, and when they're challenging and confident, they're competing with Columbus. The moment that they doubt themselves, the moment that they take a step back and they don't get aggressive, Columbus almost immediately scores because they're shooting very well right now. Their shots are on target, and this just seems like a very well put together team on the back of Oki.
Oh, absolutely. He's found the guys that he needs to find some success here in the season. And, you know, a win out the gate is going to put Columbus in a good spot. I mean, starting off strong gives you room to have those mistakes and learn from them. But, you know, you don't want to lose too many of these games early on. You would not want to be on a 3-4 game losing streak. Ooh. And then have to find a way to come back. And what a touch by CJ Fire. Oh, no. Okanos redirect. My apologies there. Ooh. What a shot by Okanos.
I don't know if maybe Greninja just didn't see Oki going up in time, and so that's why he bailed out right there. But just going one-on-one with Oki in the middle, him versus Greninja, that's just not what you're wanting to see from Midland. I'd rather just see Greninja just head back, just sit in the net, see where the shot's going, make things easier on yourself. Oki's just too fast. He's one of the fastest offensive players we got in Division 3.
Oh, absolutely. And like we talked about it earlier, a bump.
Nasty.
That feels like the dagger. That feels like the dagger. Oh, man.
Bro, Oki is just cooking right now. Double fakes in front of the net to pull off the hat trick. It doesn't get much better than that.
The double fake for Oki. My apology. Thought that was a bump based on how those players just went flying. And man, oh man, the double fake from Oki. I mean, you don't want to leave Greninja in a 1v1 versus that guy. I mean, I talked about it earlier. He's just gonna outplay him every single time. And just like that, you know, he got put into another position. That's a good transition. But CJ, what a save there. And it is looking like that is all we're gonna see from this Midland team.
Yeah.
In game number 4.
Yeah, I mean, they came out, they gave it all they had. They looked good at times. It looked like they should be a pretty solid unit, but Columbus, they're going to be a guaranteed a top half team, I feel like, in Div 3 throughout, especially just with players like the like of Oki, and then Right Guy's looking great. CJ seems like he's a great player on both sides of the ball. So going up against a top tier team, but you know, I don't know, Breaking. Do we potentially see this team moving up a little bit more in the power rankings after what we've seen tonight?
Yeah, you know, I think we see them move up a little bit in the power rankings. I'm not sure how much, but I think we got to move them a little bit. You got to take into account that they are the number 6 seed or number 6 power ranking. And on top of that, you know, they're having Greninja play. I think they go up a little bit. I think they go 1 or 2, but I don't know if I maybe put them in that 8 or 7 seed. I put them in the other half of the power rankings, but I don't know if I put him much lower than that.
Yeah, and you see Tamil, he just kills it right there. He doesn't want this to continue. He's ready to get out of it. You know, not to start the week 1 that you're really looking for Midland, but at the same time, I'm not really going to be too upset if I'm them personally.